Travis, my good self. Can't go running this morning because I need to have my sweatpants, and they got packed. And Karen packed them in the steamer trunk that I have, and she then locked it. And the key that I have for it, because it requires a special key because the original key is gone, long gone, when I was given it by my parents. Is not where it's supposed to be, where I put it. So, yeah, that sucks. Paid $70 for that key. Where is it, Karen? So, today, my resubmitting of a JPEG in a PDF form, which goes completely contrary to the rules of the court. I don't know, well, I suspect the clerks are now stepping in to try to delay things as best as they can. And if they're getting orders from Judge Jenkins, he's supposed to be recusing himself. There's a motion for his recusal. He can't take 2 weeks to decide whether he needs to recuse or not. This is not an issue of opinion. This is something that is of national security. He needs to recuse. He needs to recuse now. He can't be fooling around protecting the church, who is guilty of this national crisis that we are in. So, see, I never expected this lawsuit to turn as it did. I expected it to be dismissed, but I was hoping to get the information out. Then the church revealed themselves, connected the whole thing together, and I actually had a case. Caught them guilty of crime. And then they go and try to assassinate me. My own church trying to assassinate me. All because way back in 1998 I came to them and said, hey, Joseph Smith is a translator, isn't that awesome? And they've turned on me ever since. The religion I was born and raised in, was faithful and devoted to, and now Mormons also turn on me as the hate comments, the abuse, and the thumbs down. But 2 of them on a regular basis are from Russia, and they know it. They know that nobody can see the thumbs up and thumbs down on my videos. And so I ran a little test way back when to verify who they were. And sure enough, Russian. Keeping an eye on me, letting me know that they're keeping an eye on me. Because that's what they do. And so, yeah, if you've seen the couple of videos where my computer gets hacked, one of them live on air, yeah, they're looking around for compromise. You know, they've already created their own compromise on me. but they still nonetheless keep looking, keep spying to see what I have, what I've done, so that they can use it against the church even, because they're collecting compromise against the church as well. As this morning's JPEG turned into PDF illustrates that Russia is watching. Russia knows about this case. You don't do business with Russia. They are an enemy of the nation. So, yeah. Well, temperature's gone up to 57 degrees now that the monitor's been turned on. The monitor runs real hot. That's not cool. I guess the warranty was only 1 year. Unbelievable the corruption that goes on. And the sadder part is that people all think that this is the way life is, and that it can't be improved upon, that we just have to hope that somebody invents a new technology. No, guys, they've already invented it. They're purposely selling us crap so that they can make money, as much money as they can. That's why they keep coming out with new revisions of the Apple or the Microsoft or whatever program or device or vehicle. It's because they don't want to give us the best car from the beginning, because they learned from Maytag. You know, Maytag used to produce washing machines with a lifetime guarantee. They were awesome. And Gordon Jump died. They were no longer bound by his contract, and they began to produce crap washing machines again. All for the purpose of making money. That's why the church is open. That's why they have Mormons going back to church, going to the temple, going out on missions, when we're still in a viral pandemic, when it kills people. This is what's so frustrating, is that this reveals how brainwashed Americans are, that they don't care, that they're willing to get exposed, to get sick, to die if they must, and then kill others because of their negligence to the health professionals. And the church is just playing the Mormons like a fiddle. We've brainwashed you, and now we're coming out and telling you that this virus is taking away your agency. Lucifer takes away agency by having people do bad things. The church is the one who's taking away your agency. A virus doesn't take away agency. A virus can't be evil. Dear God. I mean, that's the big tip-off that your religion is not true, when they promote idolatry. And so now you have Mormons here in Utah who are joining the Russian-backed campaign of anti-masking. They were already involved in the anti-vaccination, and now they're just playing Mormons and Americans as puppets. Trump puppets. Church puppets. Everybody's just getting played as puppets because they have brainwashed the masses. This is what they've been trying to do since after World War II, is trying to figure out how can we brainwash the populace. And so they took the scientists and pseudoscientists in psychiatry, and they gave them asylum here in America, and then had them put right to work to do all sorts of human experimentations on Americans. And a lot of it's been released, declassified by the federal government. I'm sure you guys have heard of MK Ultra. That's the latest one that everybody was pushing for a little while here. But there's been others previously. The plutonium testing, having people ingest or injected with plutonium to see how it would react on the body. And then the nuclear testing in Nevada, where southern Utahns were exposed to the blast, and thus cancer resulted. The human atrocities that our government has committed against us is horrific. But to know that the church is also complicit in this last days war to brainwash Mormons. I mean, other critics of the church, they all, like to do their videos on, oh, is the Mormon church a cult? We have this list of what qualifies a religion as being a cult and blah, blah, blah. No, they don't understand. It's not a cult. It's a cult. It's worse than a cult. I mean, they used to put in little frames of popcorn or a drink in between the frames of the film that they would show in the movie theaters, just testing to see how many people they could get to go get popcorn and Coca-Cola, and it was working pretty well. That frame concept, but it only works if you like popcorn and Coca-Cola. It's just a suggestion to the mind that your brain catches, even though we don't recognize it because it's so fast. It's just a clip inserted into the picture frame or the film frame. And so yeah, the Russians learned how to encode code into pictures. That's kind of weird. I haven't seen any examples. I only heard about it on the news. That was like a couple of years ago at least when I heard about that. But yeah, able to send messages through picture. Oh man. So yeah, let's hope that Jenkins recuses himself, because he's being an ass, a traitor. As a judge, you have to be unbiased. You can't just say, well, I'm a Mormon and therefore the Mormon church is protected from all crime because I said so. That doesn't mean the church is true. In fact, it means the church is false. When you have to cheat, when you have to lie, when you have to cover up your religion and things in your religion, if you can't disclose your finances as a religion who's supposed to be giving all that money away, not hoarding trillions of dollars, and for what? Because it's not a rainy day that they're saving it for. If a viral pandemic isn't a rainy day, what the hell are they saving it for? And they're purposely building temples beyond their means. I mean, yeah, they've got the trillions, but their intention was to only build temples according to the membership. And the membership no longer justifies the building of any more temples, because they're losing. Not just losing, they've also lost their active membership. 11 million of active membership is just gone, if not 12 or 13 by now. And I'm responsible, as I've told you. Their gospel topics essays. You're welcome. Remember, I came to them in 1998 saying, hey, Joseph is a translator. What do they do with gospel topics essays? They say, oh, Joseph isn't a translator. He never claimed to be a translator. He's just a revelator. So you're welcome, those of you who have left the church or who don't participate anymore. You're welcome. So how do you pull people out? The Lincoln Project, I think, did a video on how to communicate with Trump loyalists and how to get through to them. And it's a situation where you have to present a question to them that causes them to think it through. But having grown up among conservatives, hardcore conservatives, it doesn't work either. It's only when their lives are being attacked and destroyed that they finally go, oh my God, you mean this was all a lie? I got played? Yeah, because these Republicans who are turning on Trump, they are now, well, they've been talking about how Trump is not the Republican Party, that they want the Republican Party back. And it's still the same thing because they like all of his policies, locking up babies in cages at the southern border and punishing women who've been raped and kicking out DACA recipients. They're all for those still. They're just claiming, oh, we don't like Trump. His behavior is not appropriate. Oh, really? That's it? No, Trump was perfect for them. He finally did what they didn't have the courage to do because they wanted to be all prim and proper in the public eye. So that's how the church is. Church are hardcore conservative. And you don't see them acting out like Trump. But you see them doing the hardcore abuse. And Mormons say, oh, yeah, because they're the true church. They speak with God. God wants this. No, he doesn't. You dumbasses, you've been brainwashed. Either that or you're in on it, but you're so low on the totem pole that you're hoping that they'll elevate you for your loyalty. The thing with a pyramid is that it narrows as it goes up. And so as much as you want to rise in that pyramid, there's no room for you. And this is what I immediately found when I moved to Utah, is that outside of Utah, I was rising up in the pyramid of church administration very quickly. Didn't quite make it because I left and came to Utah. And so here I find out in Utah, you have to be friends with or a family member of in order to rise. But the most rising that can be done is at a ward level. Getting to the stake level is more complicated, and going beyond that is nearly impossible. And that's the one thing that groups need to understand, is that in order to keep people loyal, you have to be able to figure out a way to reward them. reward the loyalists. And even if you're an evil organization, you still need to reward your loyalists. Trump's not doing that. He's purposely turning on his loyalists, trying to get them to either quit Trump. I can't quit you. Or have them murder themselves with their stupidity from brainwashing. And so that's the sad thing with that, but that's what the church is doing to Mormons. They're purposely tanking the church now. That's why I'm afraid that Mormons are in for a rude awakening when the church leaders do abandon them. Because you don't do this during a pandemic. You don't do this to people. Herd immunity is murder. But that's what they're doing. Governor Herbert just says, oh, my daughter's got it, but now I'm just giving up. You guys are now responsible. I blame you guys if it keeps going up. Well, if you let Mormons do what they want after they've been brainwashed into thinking that there's too much confusion, and so they're just going to do their own thing and not care, and if they get it, they get it. Yeah, it's going to go until the whole population gets infected. They want us dead. And nobody is waking up and saying, you know what, maybe this rally that I'm participating in, it isn't the right thing to do. And despite all the people who are conservative Mormon, who get coronavirus, who do the videos saying, oh man, this is so, oh wow man, don't do it. You know, they still won't listen. Fake news. You're a snowflake. Snowflake. I mean, Steven Seagal used Cupcake. That was an awesome video. He's in the bar, and the refinery workers are picking on the indigenous Indians, and so Steven Seagal steps in because he's the cupcake, and you've got big balls. What does it take to change the essence of man? That was Steven Seagal's moral of the movie there. So it's not just a matter of waking up to realize that you're being played, that you're being murdered. It actually requires a whole essence to be changed in mankind to stop this, to stop the crime, stop the abuse, stop the treason. And so that's why when I recognize the Russians are hacking my system now, I just keep reminding them, where's Steven Seagal's latest DVD, guys? Come on. They've done it before. And so I'm just going to keep bugging them now until they learn to leave me alone. They won't. But not until America's destroyed. Which may be next week. By next week, even. So come on, guys. I'm counting on you. Wake up. Pull out of it. Recognize the brainwashing. Those who intend to do you harm are not your friend. They are not from God. Get out of it. Pull out.